A very good morning to you and welcome to the Business Block segment here on the Facial Life on GNTV with me, Bryce Nana Kwesi Amaning, and going straight into our first story for the morning where Director of Business Operations at Deluxe Finance and Leasing Company, Mr. Joe Jackson, has emphatically stated that even though the MPP government may be experiencing some depreciation in the city, it is nothing to be compared to what happened in the NDC regime. Now, and according to him, it is just another political strategy being played by parties involved in the banter to downplay the success. He spoke exclusively to GNTV.
The Vice President, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, hit back at former President John Mahama concerning his tweet on the cedi's depreciation. In a lengthy Facebook post on Sunday, Dr. Bawumia described Mahama's criticism as a lack of understanding of the key aspects of the country. Explaining further, the Vice President stated that in the entire 8 years of President Kufuor's NPP rule from 2001 to 2008, the price of the cedi relative to the dollar moved from 0.70 pesos to 1.2 Ghana cedis, representing a depreciation of 72%. In the quest to find out the true reflection of Ghana's cedi against the US dollar, GNTV has been speaking to Director of Business Operations at Deluxe Finance and Leasing Company, Mr. Joe Jackson, who explained further. According to him, even though the NPP government may be experiencing some depreciation in the cedi, it is nothing to be compared to what happened in the NDC regime.
This regime took over, it was around 3.81. At the height of depreciation, it had hit 4.7. There's no argument. What you can say maybe is the MPP seeing some amount of depreciation or volatility over the last few weeks, but nowhere near what it took place over the previous 4 years. So really, this is not, again, the politicians are playing politics. The truth is one and is clear.
He backed the statement with illustrations indicating the patterns between the NDC administration and the NPP administration.
If you look at this here, you will see that this is the beginning of 2012. And look at the upward trajectory continued until it started dropping somewhere in 2015 and relatively stabilized with some fluctuation. Then look at the period from 2016 to now. It has seen some volatility, but nowhere near this level of volatility. The argument is incontrovertible. This here is a far more volatile period than this period here.
The Ghana cedi increased 0.0100 to 0.21% to 4.6906 on Monday, June 18, from 4.6806 in the previous trading season. Historically, the Ghanaian cedi reached an all-time high of 4.74 in June of 2018 and a record low of 0.90 in July of 2007.
Now, the National Petroleum Authority (NPA) has in the last 8 months accrued an estimated revenue savings in taxes, levies and statutory margins amounting to 1.8 million Ghana cedi. This comes up as the West African sub-region ups effort to curb crimes in the petroleum sector.
The National Petroleum Authority has in the last 8 months accrued an estimated revenue savings in taxes, levies and statutory margins amounting to 1.8 million Ghana cedis. The amount was accumulated from impounded bulk road vehicles engaged in export diversion and smuggling who were made to pay the statutory penalties and appropriate levies. This covers the period from September last year to May 2018. In all, the NPA disclosed that the combined total of 1 million litres of petrol and diesel were smuggled, with quantities valued at 1.3 million Ghana cedis passing through Kpong in Greater Accra region, 287,820 through Takrade, and 82,000 through Tamale. Meanwhile, 73,800 were through Tama New Town within 8 months. This situation can be described as worrying, especially at a time when the NPA is making efforts to curtail the growing concerns of petroleum export diversions and smuggling. The CEO of the NPA, Mr. Hassan Tampoli, at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference in Accra, explained that the challenge of export diversions and smuggling has become a critical national concern, requiring extra attention. These happenings also question how the registration of petroleum product carriers is being carried out, as that could be contributing significantly in creating fertile ground for easy diversion and smuggling. The National Petroleum Act 2005 requires all bulk road vehicles, apart from being legally registered, to have documentation which includes certificates of incorporation and commencement of business, certificate of carrying LPG, vehicle insurance certificate, driver and mate accident insurance policy, and goods in transit insurance policy. Other requirements are driver and vehicle licensing authority, roadworthiness certificate, and testing certificate from Road Safety Limited, State Transport Corporation. However, reports indicate that the above requirements are sometimes ignored in the registration of new trucks. There are allegations that some trucks are owned by persons without registered companies, while others have also registered without vehicles or garages. That could pose challenge to monitoring, as some of the trucks involved may not have the proper address system to enable them to be traced in the event of misappropriation. The bulk oil storage and transport dispatches 1,000 BVRs each month, with a total production cost of 200 million Ghana cedis.
Now, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has announced the government's decision to review operations of the paperless port system to bring about more efficiency, improve revenue collection, and rein in corruption. He said from July 1, 2018, the number of agencies undertaking joint inspections at the port will be reduced from 16 to 3, including Ghana Standard Authority (GSA), Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, and Custom Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority (GRA).
The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, speaking at the launch of Mobtech's Africa Tech Expo, a technology trade show, said he found reports that some officials at the port had been demanding document from importers for stamping to be shocking. According to him, it is ridiculous and should not happen under the new bill and bill of lading for stamping or any other purpose during the clearance process. He added that there have also been reports of payments being made to customs officials through mobile money channels to circumvent the paperless process. Vice President Dr. Bawumia reminded the public that all relevant documents for clearing goods at the ports are online, and that the compliance stage of the clearance process has been abolished because it became redundant under the new system. The function will be undertaken by the Customs Technical Services Bureau. He said the nation is on the track to digitize the economy, but it should not be lost on anybody that the beneficiaries of the old system will want to push back and to cause distraction. The paperless port system had brought significant gains, having improved the clearance of goods and services and raised government revenue. According to data from the Ghana Community Network (GCNet), 43% of containers are cleared within 24 hours, and about 70% of them are cleared within 72 hours.
So that's all for the business block this morning here on the Official Live on GNTV with me, Bright Nana Kwesi Amaning. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram on GNTVGH. Stream live on YouTube as well at GNTVGH. Learn to save and learn to invest. Have a good business day. Good morning.
So the debate is on depreciated or appreciated. What exactly does our cedi stand? According to economist depending on the formula you use in calculating it, you can arrive as whether the CD has depreciated or appreciated. So it'd be like the NDC people are using the formula which will make the CD depreciate, whereas the sitting government, that is the NPP, are using the formula that will make the CD appreciate. But in all of this, what is the reflection in our pocket? That is exactly the question we should be looking at. What is the reflection in our pocket? Looking at where we are drawing closer to Christmas is coming. People are going to be importing lots and lots of goods. People are going to be engaging in a lot of businesses. How is that going to affect the city? How is the Bank of Ghana and other financial institutions tightening up the borders just to ensure that the CD retains its value in the system? That's the question we are asking this morning on the First Show. But just going by was the business blog with Bright Nana Kwesi Amaning. Still the First Show live on GNTV. I'm Pamela Boateng. It's Tuesday, and I'm sure we all have a lot of wahala. Aside the rainfall, in fact, the heavy rainfall yesterday, which had most of you displays. I saw a couple of pictures on social media. Today, our wahala really is the National Health Insurance Scheme. Are you a part of it? Have you enrolled in it? How beneficial is it to you and your family? That is our wahala for this Tuesday. So make sure you don't go anywhere, because after this quick break, myself and Annie Efo Ampafo and you will be having a Tuesday wahala conversation.